My wife was going on late night walks. I divorced her when I found out why. Oh. She's getting ice cream? This story was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. It was called, "Am I the a-hole for divorcing my wife after finding out her late night walks had a specific destination?" This sounds juicy.
Juicy.
By the way, I would like to formally announce in a video, because I know I'm getting a lot of messages from everyone saying,
Oh, there's all these fake accounts.
There are fake accounts, okay? But I'm gonna let you know, this is my real account. Charlotte Dobre Top Videos is the compilation channel that is an official compilation channel. And Charlotte Dobre TV is the channel that we launched for Mike and my collabs and like fun stuff that we're gonna do on that channel. So these are official channels, okay?
Official.
They should be verified with a little check mark. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely check those out.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I am writing this because I'm struggling with how everything went down and I need a sanity check. Background. My wife, 43 female, and I, 43 male, were married for 16 years. Unfortunately, we grew apart. I was not blameless in that. It took two to get us into the position we were in. We were great with our kids, 10 and 13, but had fallen into a pattern of trading off parenting duties rather than parenting together. Okay. I switched to a job a few years ago that allowed me to work from home 2 to 3 days a week. And this seemed to make things worse. It was like we were separated but living in the same house. Ooh. No bueno. I don't love the sound of that.
Doesn't sound good.
I tried to repair our marriage, but she seemed increasingly resentful of the time I tried to spend with her. It normally ended in her yelling at me and storming off. I admit I may be a lot to deal with. I'm not confrontational and normally shut down and try to ignore her when she did this. I know this is a bad way of dealing with it and I'm working on this. I was very, very depressed, but trying to work through it. Toward mid-December, she started taking late night walks after we put the kids to bed. How long were these walks? Did she smell afterward? Curious and curiouser. I tried to give her space for her time and even offered to join her, but she preferred to go alone. I usually stayed up for her, frustrated or worried. I even bought her protective lights to keep her safe as the roads in our area do not have lights or sidewalks. So the event. Fast forward to January 5th. She left at about 11 p.m. It was 28 degrees outside. I'm assuming that means Fahrenheit, which means it's cold. By 2:26 a.m., she still wasn't back. Ooh. I texted asking if she was still walking, no response for 10 minutes. I called, it rang once, then voicemail. So I did something buttholey. I used the Find My iPhone feature.
Gasp.
I don't blame you. That's what it's for, though. I had never done this before, and I know it was an invasion of privacy. I mean, is it though? Like, what if something happened to her? I feel like that's like normal.
It's a pretty regular thing around here.
But a 4-hour walk in the freezing weather until 3 a.m. felt completely abnormal. I was worried for her, but honestly, I was frustrated and angry. I thought I could drive to her and bring her home. However, the location confused me. It showed her at a house in our neighborhood. Within a minute of me checking, 2 things happened. 1, she texted me saying she was almost home. 2, when I refreshed the map, her location services were turned off. Interesting. When she returned, I asked her where she was, and she said out walking. I confronted her with the screenshot. She claimed she may have walked down that street, which is a 30-minute walk from our house, but couldn't say for sure. She insisted she was not in any house on the map and must have locked on to that location.
What does that even mean?
I felt used and lied to. I slept on the couch. Asking for advice, she continued to deny everything, saying the phone was not accurate. She was my wife and I wanted to believe her, but I need advice. So I turned to the best source of wisdom, Reddit. And the comments were brutal. Brutal, but helpful.
Here we go.
I took another look at the location data and realized 2 things. 1, I had actually been to that house before. It was saved in my phone as the home of one of my daughter's friends who lived with her single dad.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Well, it's either the single dad or your daughter's friend. 2, it showed that she was logged onto his Wi-Fi. I need like a little magnifying glass, just like, you know? The next night, as she was getting ready for a walk, I confronted her again. I told her I knew who she was with and about the Wi-Fi. She finally admitted that she was at the house, but claimed they were just friends. Then why are you hiding it? Why didn't you just say that at the beginning? You've lied several times. You said you were on a walk. Then when confronted, you said you never went to the house and that it was the Wi-Fi. It was just, the things were just attaching when they weren't attached. Okay, so we already lying here. So she said they were just friends as she needed someone to talk to. We live a 20-minute drive from her sister, mother, and other friends, but she claimed she saw his light on while walking and decided to hang out. At this point, I was very angry and told her we were done. The next weekend. Throughout the week, things were very tense. She accused me of not trusting her, trying to control her, and not letting her have friends. I mean, accused you. I would say that, like, if you are caught lying, that would mean that, yes, trust has been broken. So. 6 days later, on Saturday, she left early to go shopping. I took the kids and the dog for a walk at our local park. After about a mile, we looked ahead and saw a family approaching us. It was my wife, walking with this guy and his kid, holding the guy's hand. So she wasn't wearing her glasses, and we got fairly close before she noticed. Wow. That's funny. That's very funny. I would think that if one was cheating, one would, I would think that that person would be smart enough to make sure that, like, if they were seen in public, that they would be able to tell when their husbands or boyfriends or wives or girlfriends are around. Not a good opportunity to take the glasses off, I'm just saying. It's kind of dumb. So when she spotted us, she actually ducked behind him and turned around to walk in the other direction. Shut the front door. Really? I did the same so we wouldn't make a scene. My kids asked why we were walking away from mommy. Oh, my lord. And I told them we would ask her later. Wow.
Man, she you up.
Bombastic side eye. She came home hours later, furious at me for being at that park. Why is everything your fault when she's the one cheating? I literally don't understand. Her car was not in the car park, so how was I supposed to know? But even then, like, what? You're not allowed to go to a park anymore? Like, what do you mean?
This is ridiculous.
She yelled at me, then lied to the kids, telling them she just bumped into him and didn't see us. The end, I was done. I decided I could not trust anything she said, and I told her I was applying for a divorce. I know I could have tried to work through it, but honestly, why? I was always the repairer of our relationship, and I could not let this go. She called me every name she could think of. She said I was controlling. I don't think I am. Accused me of cheating when I worked long hours. I didn't. And accused me of watching spicy videos. I plead the fifth. Well, at least you admitted to one thing. I did slow walk the divorce for months, hoping she would propose counseling or try to make amends, but she did nothing. No, because she was already cheating. She already wasn't part of that relationship. Hello?
She was already cheating.
She was. Hello? No, not in that one. I took it from the other one because it was charged. Thank you, Michael. There is so much snow outside. It's actually insane.
It's literally crazy.
It's literally so crazy. There's so much snow. I definitely am going to need a different pair of slippers.
Dude, you're gonna need like fucking winter boots.
No toe slippers? Can't go out in bare feet, you know what I mean?
I have a foot fetish.
Toe fetish. Love you, thank you. I truly believe that all of these excuses that she's coming up with are literally just her trying to justify her cheating and the relationship ending. She's trying to make her partner out to be this like horrible person, blame him for everything, for the marriage failing. I'm sure that like it was partially his fault too, but like we also need to be able to take responsibility for how our own failures, you know? Can't just assume that everybody else is evil Okay? People are flawed. We're all flawed. I'm flawed. You're flawed.
I have so many flaws.
And we're not right in every situation. At least you're not right in every situation. I am, though. Silly. Silly, silly. Of course, I'm wrong in some situations. It's rare, but it's... Anyways, I am not the good guy in this. I did invade her privacy by tracking her phone. I did choose to file for divorce rather than continue to try to make things work. I could have worked harder and insisted on counseling before we split. We do have kids, and I've heard people putting up with each other until the kids leave the house, but that would have been another 8 years. So am I the a-hole for divorcing my wife after finding her late night walks had a specific destination? Listen, you could have fought, but she could have also, you know? I think the fact that she didn't, she was caught doing all these things, decided to just blame you, didn't want to work on it. Like, both people need to want to work on it, okay? I wouldn't beg to be with someone. I hate that. There's something weird about someone like, I'll go to counseling, I swear. I had a friend say that once when I was like trying to break up with her as a friend. It's so weird breaking up with a friend. She's like, let's go to counseling. I'm like, I'm sorry. You can go to therapy. I'm not going to like friend therapy with you. It's pretty weird. It's like the last resort kind of thing, but it's still just like, I don't love it. Both people have to want to do it. Otherwise it's like, no bueno.
Not happening.
Not worth it. So, besties, we do have an update. Do you want it? You want it? I know you do. I know you want the update. Yeah, you do. Do you guys like it when I talk to you like a dog? Yeah, do you want an update? Do you want an update? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okay, that's enough. It's kind of condescending. Don't mean to be.
Sorry, folks, sorry.
So OP addressed some of the comments saying, this only happened a couple of times. He didn't put up with it for a long time. Why didn't you confront the guy? Okay, if you mean physically confront him, no, honestly, I do not blame him. He did not tempt her or trick her and had no promise to me apart from common decency. If my ex could convince me that this was made up, then I have no idea what she told him. Some people saying like, this is obvious, like you're an idiot. But when you're in a relationship for 16 years, you really do trust the other person, or at least you think you do. I mean, yeah, because like if you spend 16 years with someone, you would assume that like you could trust their word at face value, right? I think it's like hindsight is 2020. Like it's so easy for people in Reddit comments to be like,
You're dumb. Nah. Why didn't you see it? Divorce her.
but it's like, okay, no, it's not that simple. Yeah. It is now December, the following year, and the documents are signed. I will be divorced in a few weeks. The process was horribly painful, but I'm happier than I have been in years. It was tough at first. I made the decision to cut off all our joint friends. I did not want them to take sides, though this was probably unhealthy. Since I do not have family, I was alone, feeling like a failure and a reject. I was spiraling. Fortunately, I did get help in time and found a wonderful therapist who helped me and does not take any bull poop. The divorce took a long time. My ex had knee surgery in Feb, and I took care of her as best I could.
It's generous.
I was trying to still be a good husband and figure things out, but things became worse and worse. I did still love her, but my ex made no attempt at reconciliation in months. Finally, my therapist told me she does not want you anymore. Leave her alone. And it finally sank in that we're done.
Pat on the shoulder.
It is now December and the divorce is almost final. I am happy and comfortable with my menagerie of pets, who are a lot to manage, but I love dearly, especially my wonderful opinionated husky. I have a great relationship with my kids. With the advice of the therapist, I told my son, 14, what happened. We had some difficult conversations, but it brought us closer. The three of us love to listen to Charlotte Dobre's YouTube channel, which prompted me to post my story, as I was very happy to read his comment. Hello. Thanks for watching. I decided not to try to reconnect with my old friends. One tried to yell at me in front of my own kids, and others helped my ex move. I have no idea what my ex has been telling them, but only one reached out to ask how I was doing. Oh, she's probably saying the most awful, the things that she was saying to your face, she's probably saying much, much worse behind your back. Bizarrely enough, I will miss my mother-in-law, who was a dear lady and a gem. I now have a great group of friends that match my weird energy. It might surprise people, but after over 9 months of denial and telling me I'm crazy, my ex and this guy are officially together. I wish them the best of luck. See, she wasn't fighting for you because she was already dating somebody else.
So rude.
As for me, I wanted to wait until the papers were signed before I asked anyone out, and I have a date this weekend with someone very nice. They're so good. My first date in 16 years. It's been a hell of a year, but I think I'm finally ready for my second act. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Congrats on the divorce. Okay? You deserve it. So no, you're not the a-hole. When people ask me why I'm not in my family pictures, I'm going to tell them the truth. Oh, that's a loaded title. Ooh, I love it.
I think I'm excited.
A couple of weeks ago, my wife asked if we could have professional family photos taken. I said that money was too tight between our daughter's birthday, a trip to her parents for Thanksgiving, and Christmas. I asked her if we could wait until after Christmas, and she said no.
Sorry, what?
Okay. She never brought it back up. I didn't think anything of it because I assumed she was planning on taking them herself. The other day, one of my tires blew out, and I went to our emergency fund to cover it. That's when I discovered she took $300 out of it to pay for photos. $300 effing dollars. So this is the thing, like, photos are a luxury, okay? They really are. Like, paying a photographer is a luxury. It's not a necessity. Furthermore, it is entirely possible to take really, really good pictures with a phone for free.
What a deal.
You can also go, somewhere like, oh God, I don't even know. The Bay used to do it. Like Sears. Is Sears still open? I don't know, like a department store. Don't department stores have like photo booths where you can go take family pictures? I fail to understand why we're spending money that we don't have on luxuries that we don't need. I know it sounds pathetic, but when I saw that I broke down. The last couple of years have been horrible for us. I got laid off and she got sick in the same year. We eventually both found new jobs, but we never fully recovered financially. It took months and months of hard work just to get our emergency fund to that point. Now half of it is gone right before Christmas for frickin' photos. When I confronted her about it, she didn't even try to deny it. She just said she deserves to have nice photos.
What are you talking about?
I mean, but you don't need, listen, I'm all for, paying photographers and stuff like that, but it really is a luxury. It's not something that you need. And I take perfectly good photos on my iPhone. You can literally buy one of those point and shoot digital cameras with a flash for $50, and they take amazing photos. Amazing photos. And then you can use that camera for literally the rest of your life. Or until it breaks down because it's only $50. But you get what I'm saying, right? You don't need to hire a photographer and book a studio session to get nice photos. The photo session she booked is next Saturday, but I won't go. She keeps threatening me, saying that people are going to ask why I'm not in them and that I'm going to look bad. I'm sure she's right, but I'm counting on it. When people ask why I'm not there, I'll tell them exactly what happened. I don't care if it's in person or on her Facebook page. I'm going to let everyone know what she did. Since having pictures to show off is more important to her than our family safety, it seems only right that her family and friends should know that. I feel like I'm married to a stranger. The woman I married would have never betrayed me like that. First of all, she took money that she was not entitled to pay for these photos.
Facts.
I feel like it would make sense to maybe try and reach out to this photographer to see if you could get your money back. You might not, honestly, you really might not, but it kind of sounds like you're in a bit of a bind. And listen, the photographer has a right to say no, but it kind of sounds like your wife took money that didn't belong to her and used it. You don't have tires. You literally don't, you can't drive. That is way more important than photos. Maybe if you reached out to the photographer, they would make an exception for you because someone booked them with stolen money. Am I wrong? I feel like I'm not wrong. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Okay, so OP said, I contacted the photographer directly. I didn't think it would work, but I decided to try it after so many people suggested it.
Great minds think alike.
I told my wife that I changed my mind about the photos and asked to see the photographer's other work. She gave me the website. Then I sent the photographer an email explaining the entire situation. I was shocked by how understanding she was. She refunded us right away. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's great. The only catch is that my wife is banned from using her services. I mean, I bet you anything your wife saw someone post like photos from like a photo shoot that they did on f***ing Facebook. And she's like,
I want photos too. I want to post them on social media.
and that's what motivated this entire thing. Like, I swear to God. She saw someone else do it and she wanted to do it herself.
How original.
I guarantee you that's what happened. I had planned on sitting my wife down to talk. However, the photographer sent her an email before I could. She was pissed. She wouldn't stop yelling at me until I told her I was considering leaving her. Oh, okay. Oh. She calmed down after that. I told her how angry and disgusted I was that she would act so irresponsibly. I asked her why she would do something like this. She said she deserved nice photos after the last couple of years. Okay. But like, I feel like you could make that argument for like literally anything.
I deserve a Mercedes because I've had a really year.
Everybody deserves to treat themselves once in a while, okay? But within reason, all right? If we are at the point where we can't afford to pay for like emergencies, and we are instead choosing to spend the money that's meant for emergencies on things that we don't need, like nobody needs a photo shoot. I'm just saying. Oh man. I pointed out that we both had hundreds, if not thousands of family photos saved on our phones. She said they weren't high quality enough, that we didn't look nice enough in them. I responded back that we could have gone to JCPenney or just waited and budgeted for them. Yeah, okay, this is what I'm saying. You can go to JCPenney, or like, I'm Canadian, so we don't have that, but like you can just go and book one of those like sessions. I don't even know how much they are. They're not that expensive. I can't imagine that they're more than like $100 or $50 or something like that. She said she didn't want JCPenney style portraits and that she wanted Christmas pictures.
Come on, up on Santa's lap.
Again, there's other ways around it. Like you could go and get like a point and shoot camera. Everybody looks really nice and you take photos in front of a Christmas tree and you get that printed. And like, honestly, there's ways around it. You don't need a photographer to have nice pictures of yourself. I told her it doesn't matter and that financial safety was more important than frickin' photos. I said if she didn't agree, it meant that we were incompatible as a couple. She apologized, but didn't agree. She wants us to stay together and try to work through our issues. I agreed to try on 2 conditions. 1, we separate our finances, and 2, we do trial separation. She agreed. We're splitting the bills 60-40, which is proportionate to our incomes, and splitting the emergency fund 50-50. We're also taking turns sleeping on the couch. Dang. You feel very strongly about this, and honestly, I would not. I think that this is totally fair. I think that partially one of the reasons why OP is so mad is because like that also maybe like wasn't just her money to spend, you know?
I get money, I spend money.
I know a lot of you wanted me to leave her, but I can't do that. Listen, it's definitely an issue. I don't know if it's divorce worthy. I want to see my daughter every day, not 50% of the time. I owe it to her to at least try and make this marriage work. As angry as I am at my wife, we've gone through hell together. I can't throw that away without trying to make it better. The trip to her parents isn't happening anymore. We evenly split the $100 we saved for gas. My wife can't afford the trip without my half. She's angry. I won't give it up. I told her that when I said separate finances, I meant separate finances. Besides, after paying for the tire and tow, my half of the emergency fund is depleted. I needed every dollar to build it back up again. I also want to stay in town with my parents. I suggested she dip into her half of the emergency fund, but she told me she already used it to book a different photographer for her.
Jesus.
Oh, Lord. Last Saturday, I borrowed a couple of sleds from a buddy of mine and took my kids sledding. I want us to build real memories together, not photos posted for likes. I think that 20 years from now, she'll remember that more fondly than the photo shoot her mother had planned. I think that you're 100% right.
Correct.
Is this a divorce-worthy fight? I'm sure it's not the only fight that you've had. It's for sure a fight because she wanted photos to post on social media to like show off. Social media is f***ed up, man. Like, make no mistake, the shit you see on social media is making you not value what you have. Not value what you have. You will see someone doing well in life, and rather than being happy for that person, you will compare it to your own life. It's messed up. I firmly believe that's what's going on here. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, wife needs to learn that like, sometimes we have money to do lots of things we want, and sometimes we need to be careful. Kind of just sounds like she wants her cake and to eat it too. Like, she literally went and booked another photographer.
That's insane.
Oh, man. So some people pointing out, I was thinking the same, if they're talking divorce over $300, things must have been deteriorating beforehand. With sickness and job loss, times get tough. Marriages are usually on edge by then, and in fiscal irresponsibility, you've got a recipe for divorce. Yeah, but divorce is also very costly, you know what I mean?
Money.
It's not that easy, guys. Ain't that easy to get a divorce. Okay, some people are saying that photos at JCPenney are actually quite expensive. I didn't know that. I don't go to JCPenney. I remember going to Sears and it costing like $50. But that was also like maybe 20 years ago. So yeah, it does sound like there's been a lot more going on here. It's not just about the pictures. May the force be with you, buddy.
And also with you.
Shall we lighten the mood a little bit?
Yes, please.
Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend kicked me out of the shower to poop. I don't know. Would you be the a-hole? Why would you be the a-hole in that instance? I got home from work today and I told my boyfriend I was going to take a quick shower. As soon as I put shampoo in my hair, he comes in and is like, I'm so sorry, but you have to leave right now. I gotta go. I respond, dude, no, I'll just close the shower curtain and you can go. To which he responds, are you serious? You gotta get out. To which I'm like, dude, are you seriously asking me to get out of the shower right now?
I gotta go home and poo.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I don't think anybody's the a-hole in this scenario, but like, oh man. I also would not want to take a shower with someone next to me. That'd be so stinky.
Maybe that's the point.
Okay, some background. We've lived together for 2+ years and are pretty comfy with each other, but he's definitely not to the point that we're pooping in front of each other. He has IBS, so when he's gotta go, he's gotta go. We also live in a cold place that's heated with a wood stove, and I haven't gotten the fire going yet, so I was standing, freezing and dripping and shampoo-haired outside the bathroom, waiting for him to poo. This is obviously not that big of a deal, but like, am I crazy thinking that it's a wild ass to make your partner leave mid-shower so you can take a dump? I think it might be a wild ask. Yeah, I don't think it's fair of him to like, I understand he's not like comfortable. You've lived together for 2 years, okay? Yeah, it's not normal to like be in the same room as your partner while they're pooping. It's different. Peeing is different, you know? Like, it's like if I go to the bathroom with my friends, we're both in the stall, like kikiing or whatever, and I'm peeing and then it turns into a poop. It's like, okay, babe, you're gonna need to get out of the stall. Okay, sorry, babe. I'm actually, could you leave? It's because it's the faces, you know? It's like the, but it's not like you would be looking at him, you know? I don't know. I think that it's not a big deal. You were fine with him just pooping next to you. He was not fine with pooping next to you. It is a bit much, you know? I don't think it's fair of him to ask you to leave. But let's see what everybody else said. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to be in the shower while someone was actively pooping in the same room, but maybe that's me. I wouldn't want that either.
Sure.
I wouldn't want that either. But like, why does he get the bathroom when he needs to poop? Like, he gets automatic bathroom. What's the word I'm looking for? Precedence. Dibs. Oh, I gotta poop. Nobody else is allowed to do anything until I poop. And also, she was already in the shower. Okay.
That sucks.
It does really suck.
Right? If my husband barged into the room and said, sorry, you need to leave right now, I'd leave immediately, no questions asked. I don't want to be a party to whatever is that urgent. I mean, okay. Yeah, it depends on how urgent. IBS. Fair enough. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Listen, you're not the a-hole. He's not the a-hole. It was a weird situation. Some people are saying, honestly, we're just gonna have to do it at the same time. I'm not leaving the bathroom soapy and cold because he can't poop with an audience. It's just bodily functions. I'm not that precious and neither is he. IBS wouldn't change that. It's not ideal, but he'd never ask me to be physically uncomfortable because he was emotionally uncomfortable.
Aww.
Edit to be clear, I'll rush the shower, skip shaving and other unnecessary steps, shorten the post-shower routine or fully push it back, but I'm not leaving the water till the shampoo is rinsed and conditioner is applied and rinsed, period. This is a very niche and strange thing, but like, I'm curious, would you, like in this situation, what would you guys do? Like, honestly, our bathroom, we have like a separate water closet for the toilet, which is, it has its own like thing that like, it has its own like ventilation. So if he needed to poo while I was in the shower, it wouldn't be a big deal for me. Yeah, I'm honestly not a good person to ask. Why don't you guys debate in the comments? What would you do in this situation? Situation. I was asked to pay for my own engagement ring. Ooh, I don't love that. What should I do?
Break up, break up, break up.
This was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Hey, Charlotte and Potatoes, congrats on your beautiful wedding. Thank you very much, honey. I'm new here and your stories frequently get me through my day. Here's the issue. My 38 female fiance, 44 female, proposed and everything seemed wonderful. I rode the high of the engagement for a few months. She eventually told me that she had bought the ring on credit, which didn't seem unusual at all. That was until she started receiving debt collector calls.
Oh no!
Oh. Backstory, we are both older adults and both have good jobs with decent income, with her making a bit more than me. It's not a first marriage for either of us, and though I wasn't expecting a proposal, it's important to know that I'm not typically one to care about anything big or fancy when it comes to jewelry. Simple and elegant is perfect. I do know that an engagement ring should traditionally be roughly the value of 2 months' salary for the purchaser. Correct. Thankfully, this one was not that expensive, but it was only about 1 week's salary for her. It's not that I'm like upset about the cost. What I'm confused about is that she couldn't afford 1 week's salary for a ring and is now in trouble with debt collectors.
It's very confusing.
Like, I would be concerned about her financial responsibility more than the ring. So she bought it on a whim and used store credit. Okay, store credit or... Wait, I thought she used her credit card. Bought it on credit. I'm confused. I thought you meant credit card. Store credit or credit card? What is it? Which is it? However, unbeknownst to me, she never made any payments. According to what I was told, the creditors started to get very aggressive and were threatening to show up and take the ring right off of my finger. Okay, so maybe the store had like a credit situation, like you could buy it and then pay later. Is that what she's getting at? I don't know. Okay, I'm assuming, yeah. Creditors started to get aggressive, were threatening to show up and take the ring off my finger. She knew I had been saving money for something else and asked me to front her the full price of the ring, plus interest and fees, out of my savings to get the debtors off her back. As mentioned earlier, it wasn't super expensive, so I can afford it. I just feel like I shouldn't have to.
That's fair.
My friends think I'm crazy for considering paying for it. Our wedding is next summer. I love my ring, but I don't know what to do. Honestly, I would give the ring back. Not to her. I would like, oh, they're gonna take it off her finger or whatever. It's like, okay, then just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not uncomfortable about like the cost of the ring. What I'm uncomfortable about is her not being able to afford a ring that's very modest. I would be concerned about going into a situation like a marriage with someone that doesn't have good money management skills. Because by the way, when you get married, your debt becomes their debt and their debt becomes your debt. Just FYI. Okay, it's not separate. So choose wisely. This is a pickle. I feel like there's always going to be resentment there until she pays you back. I'm curious if she has shown like a pattern of like not being able to have good money management skills. I'm not entirely sure about any of that. Like if it's a one-time thing, I understand. But yeah, I honestly, I feel like, I hate to say it, but like, and I know you're engaged to this person, but like, reconsider this relationship. Personally, I'd give the ring back and wash my hands of them and their bad decisions. Yeah. There's a lot of really bad decisions leading up to like her not being able to pay for this ring. So she bought the ring, never made a payment on it. So people are confused about the store credit. I mean, I think it's like one of those things where like you tell the store that you'll pay it in installments or something. So store credit is like, and can actually be a credit card. The store gave her credit. She charged the ring with the promise to pay. And then when the monthly bill came due, did not pay. OP confirmed and said exactly this. I don't think she even made a down payment. Some people are saying like this is actually kind of like a weird, sketchy excuse. Like who the hell just shows up and threatens to take rings off people's fingers unless they're in the Italian mob? Even that story in general sounds weird. Like maybe her fiance is trying to get out of paying for the ring entirely and is just using some like scary story to like, you know, I don't know. You know what? You're onto something, I think, comment section.
I love potatoes!
You know, a lot of people are like saying run. Like, saying the same things that I am. Dude, she's bad with money. Like, just full stop, okay? Let's just so you know, guys, it's rough out there. Believe me, it's rough to find someone that's even nice, okay? Lots of people are not very nice. They're not kind with your feelings.
Poophead.
But if you do happen to find somebody nice, you're single, and they have money problems, be very wary because their money problems are going to become your money problems. And I don't know, you got to really, really assess whether those money problems are something that you want to be taking on, especially if you are someone who is financially responsible and now all of a sudden you have a debt that you now have to deal with and like issues that come up, that only come up if you are financially irresponsible. So we do have an update. Oh, we got an update, you guys. Hell yeah. Well, that escalated quickly. It's over. Sorrows, prayers. I gave the ring back. If you commented that she was hiding something, which was so many of you, get your popcorn ready. Where's my popcorn? Where is it? I should just have a little popcorn machine. Okay, so first to clarify, we did not live together. She lives a couple of counties over where she works.
Let's go, lesbians, let's go!
So we saw each other on weekends and communicated by mostly phone during the week. She was working on transferring locations and we would live in my house. So luckily we never shared housing costs. Now back to the story. I know I sounded immature and desperate as a few people stated, and I guess y'all were right. I was blindsided by excitement and emotions. I took some time to think about everything that my friends and y'all said and decided how to move forward. I needed to be open and honest, but I wanted to approach the conversation in a positive way with the intention of improving our future. She came over, as usual, and we sat down to talk over dinner at my house. The moment I mentioned finances, I noticed a change in her demeanor. Her body language and tone became a little defensive. Not a lot at first, but noticeable. I laid out all of my financial details and asked if we could look at hers as well, so we could make some plans moving forward and discuss what our future goals were. So just FYI, if you are entering into a marriage, like either you can do this or your lawyers can do this or whatever, but like you are both supposed to declare exactly what the f is going on with your bank accounts. I need to see their debt, they need to see my debt, they see my money, you see their money, okay? This is normal. While I know I'm not the best with money, I'm comfortable on my own. I don't have credit cards, my only debts are my house and my car, and I pay my bills on time. I don't have a huge savings or any investments other than the basics provided by my job. Someone mentioned I should start saving for retirement, and they're right. Now, when I say that the world turned upside down quickly, I'm not kidding. She wanted nothing to do with the discussion. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's not how things work. I mean, at least not when you're like, you know, talking to a lawyer and you're talking about like marriage contracts and stuff like that. Like you need to know what's going on with those bank accounts, honey, and the credit cards. Apparently, I crossed a line by asking to see her banking and credit information. Since I had trusted her up until this point, she suddenly thought I must have motives to take her money. No, it's a normal thing. Like, you guys are getting married. These are normal things that you need to be discussing. She couldn't believe I didn't just want to continue to take her word for it. Okay. The discussion got very heated and fast, and her anger was irrational to me. She turned into a completely different person and said things I never expected. Oh, buddy, she's got a lot of debt, doesn't she? She accused me of all kinds of random things. After things escalated, she said, fine, if you want to know, and proceeded to tell me she had $50,000 in credit card debt that she and her ex racked up over a few years. There it is. I guess that's where all of her money was going. Or maybe she wasn't paying that either. I'm not even sure how she got a jeweler to give her a line of credit with that history, or if her story about that is even true at this point. I'm laying odds it was not. I tried to ask why she felt like she couldn't tell me, but she was past any reasonable communication at that point. At no time did she agree to let me see any records of any kind. I still have no idea what is true and what is not. I'm sure there was shock all over my face. This is, no bueno. Yeah. She's acting like a little criminal. Like,
you're a criminal?
She's acting defensive, like she has something to hide, like she's getting mad at you. These are normal conversations that people have when they're getting married, okay? This is not like you're asking too much of her. Everybody has a right to know exactly what is going to be legally their obligation once they get married. After a good while of this, I excused myself and took a few minutes to calm myself down. I texted my best friend to put her on alert as backup just in case. Then I put on my big girl pants. Ooh, love some big girl pants. Walked back out and handed her the ring. Ooh, good for you. Good for you. This is, yeah, major. I told her to return it or do whatever she wanted with it. I opened the door and asked her to leave. That's when the waterworks and love bombing started. I've read my share of love bombing stories on Charlotte's page, and this was classic behavior. Isn't it crazy how, like, I've gotten so good at spotting manipulation that, like, I'm like impervious to it now. Like, I'm just like, but you have to be totally dialed in and like really kind of zoom out of the situation. Like, if you were watching a play of the situation, like where the audience had absolutely no emotional ties to you or your partner, what would they think is going on? That's how you need to view a situation where you're being manipulated. I just wanted her to go. I tried to steady myself like I was dealing with a toddler. I was super messed up inside, but I tried not to let it show. When she couldn't get a reaction out of me, she finally left, cussing the whole way out, saying I'd regret it and how stupid I was. My bestie showed up a little while later with a bottle of wine she grabbed on her way out the door. I have ignored the messages and calls since then. I'm not blocking her yet in case it escalates and I need records.
Good for you. You're listening to me. You're good. Good job.
There are a few things of hers at my house that I should get back to her, but I'm tempted to just throw them outside and tell her she has one chance to get them. I'm dumbfounded. I'm not even sad. Mostly I'm mad at myself for believing all the romance and affection was genuine and that I didn't catch on sooner. Listen, it's entirely possible that both things can be true. I think it's possible that she, like, had love and affection for you, but at the end of the day, like, love is not enough in a lot of ways. It really is not enough.
Well, come on, in this economy.
Who knows what else she was hiding, as if that wasn't enough. But it does matter at this point. I have a lot to learn before attempting any relationships from here forward. Thank you to all the potatoes who helped me see the reality of this situation. Pretty sure I felt that bullet fly past me. Hope this is the end of it. I'm very happy to hear. Oh my goodness. Seriously, like, it's one thing if she came to you and was just like, I honestly, like, I have something to admit. Like, I'm really ashamed of it. Like, this is the reality of my situation and I'm really sorry and I don't want to burden you with it. Like, I can totally understand that you, like, if you don't want to marry me anymore, you know, but she didn't do that. She was like hiding it and being sketchy about it and like a little rat, like a little, like, you know, like, there's so much about this situation that there was red flags here. I wouldn't have even been surprised if she wanted to give you the ring so that you would help her get out of debt. It's entirely possible that she did love you. I just think that love is really not enough in many cases.
Screw with me, but
You got to think about things logically and think, are you really willing to affect your own life negatively because you love another person? If the answer is yes, that's totally up to you. But if not, kind of depends on the person, doesn't it? But if not, you're done. Am I the a-hole for making my wife ride in the back seat because she couldn't stop distracting me? Sounds like something Mike would do. I can be very distracting. This happened over the holidays and my wife is still upset with me over it. Our family went to visit my in-laws for New Year's. It's about a 3 to 4 hour drive, mostly highway, but it takes us through 2 metro areas with pretty significant traffic. My wife, 37 female, gets nervous about driving in traffic, so I always drive when we visit her family. She also tends to get car sick on longer drives and needs to sit in the front seat to help ease it. She has tried taking Dramamine in the past, but she had an allergic reaction to it, so she doesn't take it anymore. I love my wife with all my heart, but she is not good at sitting shotgun. She makes huge reactions to any change in traffic.
Over there, look!
Grabbing the handle, putting her hand on the dash, gasping, telling me to watch out. It's not like I'm an aggressive or risky driver. I've never even gotten a speeding ticket or been in an accident. It sounds like a lot. But if there's a car a half a mile ahead of us that puts on the brakes, she freaks out and acts like we are all about to die. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Very niche problem, I have to say. It's incredibly distracting. Yeah. I've talked to her multiple times about how her reactions actually make it more difficult for me to concentrate on driving. But she says she can't control herself because she's nervous in traffic. On the way to her family's place, she sat up in front with me and traffic was pretty bad. Lots of slowdowns due to weather conditions and in general, just kind of slow going. But I've been driving in cold weather my whole life and I know how to control my speed and give lots of extra space to any surrounding cars. I understand you can't control anyone else on the road and accidents happen, but I do everything in my control to keep my car and the people inside safe.
Well done.
The entire drive, my wife was on edge, making all the reactions I mentioned. It's very distracting to have someone next to you doing that sort of thing while driving. She's literally putting you guys in danger by being scared about the danger.
Irony.
She got like a thing going, like what's going on? What's going on here? I've literally never heard of this. This is very odd. I mentioned this to my wife numerous times on the drive and she always deflected blame at me for the way I was driving. Okay. If she's gonna backseat drive and she has all the issues with you driving, then maybe she should just drive. Like, I absolutely cannot stand a backseat driver. It drives me absolutely insane. Drives me insane. When we were getting ready to head home, I told my wife she needs to sit in the back and our 14-year-old son will sit up front with me. I told her it's either that or she drives us home. She got upset and started giving excuses about her car sickness. I told her to take some NyQuil or something else to help her sleep, but she refused and told me I'm being a jerk. She sounds very neurotic. Oh my goodness. I told her she can drive then and she refused that. Dude. Eventually, she reluctantly got in the backseat with our 11-year-old daughter. The ride home was much easier traffic-wise, and my wife sat pretty much silent in the backseat the entire time, pouting.
Now, don't pout.
I'm not pouting. You are.
Brother. What a silly, petty fight. When we got home, she told me she felt ill the entire drive, but didn't say anything because she didn't want to make a big deal out of anything. She told me I humiliated her by making her sit in the back and that I should be more considerate of her feelings. Or maybe she should be more considerate of yours and your family's safety.
No brainer.
Oh my goodness, this is hella ridiculous. Like, is there some sort of like condition that explains this? Like, I fail to understand why she's being so neurotic about this. This sounds really annoying. She's literally doing the exact thing that she's afraid of. Okay, she's worried about the safety of her husband's driving. But by her constantly distracting, and not only that, but like creating a lot of anxiety too. Like, can you imagine, like, when I'm driving, which is rare, I need to have like complete and total like serenity. I need to be focused. I don't want anybody to talk to me, and I'm still learning, right? But like, I need to focus. I cannot even imagine needing to get from point A to point B in traffic with a million things I need to worry about and someone being like super neurotic and like weird next to me and distracting me. Oh, hell no. Accident waiting to happen. I guess there's like a lot of people who have experienced this. Like I have literally never heard of this in my entire life. I guess it's something to do with the fact that like sometimes people are in accidents and they get really, really nervous.
Trauma.
Okay. Yeah, maybe is there some sort of trauma associated with the nervousness in the driving? Like what caused this? Oh, and someone pointed out, not the a-hole. She just proved she can control herself. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a very good point. It's interesting that when she's upset, now all of a sudden she gets really quiet. Also proves she can do a 3 to 4 hour car ride in the back without getting car sick. 2 miracles for the price of 1. Very good point. People are like, she's an attention seeker. Not the a-hole. Funny how she could control her uncontrollable reactions from the back seat. Yeah, it is very interesting that like she suddenly was able to shut up when she was upset and pouting, but not when she's in the front seat. Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
So I'm gonna go with not the a-hole, but that's some weird behavior you got going over there. Some weirdness. That was some relationship drama. Hope you enjoyed. Sis